Okay, so as everybody's kind of filling in here, the first thing I want to do is to have everybody look to your right and look to your left and shake that person's hand, because we've all come a long way since we started here in the fall. First years and second years. Come on, I want to see some hands shaking. Yeah, there we go. Okay, there we go. So we've done a lot of great things this year, from winning case competitions to going on city tracks. Also, interesting for many of us, we're also almost through with our first Indiana winter. So, April we should be done with this, so hang in there, guys. On a more serious note, since I came here in the fall, I've really come to love all the students that I've met, and I want the best for each and every one of you. And so I'm here running for KGSA president, and I want to improve a couple things. So the first thing, in KGSA, we want to focus on quality and not quantity. We want to make sure that the events that we put on provide real-world experience and professional development for all students. We want to focus on integrating the STEM and the one-year master's programs into the fold of our second year and kind of MSHRM group. We do a lot of things together, and we need to improve that. And the last thing, it's very near and dear to my heart, is if you know me, you know it all. I've been here, lived in Lafayette, West Lafayette for roughly 5 to 6 years now, and while I love case competitions and I think that they're great for our university, there are many case competitions that are right across the river. There's so many things that we can do by volunteering and working with those local nonprofits and the charities across the river. So many people over there need our help. I've seen it firsthand. Walk up 4th Street, you'll see it. So what I'm asking you guys, more than any election here today, more than any candidate, is to get behind Sheldon and Desi's mission and support their mission to bring real-world experiences through nonprofit volunteering to our campus. So, last couple things, I'm almost done. I'm sure you're ready for me to be out of here. But, you may be asking, one, is Steve really the right guy for the KGSA presidency? Is he experienced? And I'll answer that in 3 ways. 1, yes I am. 2, I've done this before. I've been involved in a lot of nonprofit organizations and clubs and things like that. And number 3, I've got the gray hair to prove it. So if you're wondering about that, just take a look up there. So I'm closing up now. I've got 3 closing remarks for you. And this I care about more than anything, more than any type of role or title or anything. Make sure you do these 3 things. Make sure you volunteer. Get out in the community. Make sure you vote. Make sure your voice is heard and heard loudly. And then make sure that at the end of the day, when we're sitting in graduation next year or you're graduating this year, you sit back in your chair, you look at your friend, you look at your friend on the right, you shake their hand and you say, you know what, we left Cranor better than when we found it. Thank you very much.
And next you will have Michael.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Good. Okay, good deal. So, my name is Michael Fausch and I am running for KGSA president, like everyone, speeches that you're about to hear. But before I begin, I want you to think back to your orientation week. That week that we had so many things going on, we were a little bit nervous, a little apprehensive for what was to come, but there was this great excitement, this great feeling of community that we had being together at our orientation programs. After that week and a half period, we kind of lost that. So we become segmented into our different specializations, into our different groups. So we have MSA, be on the lookout, MSF, all sorts of different MSB, all these different groups that we have here on campus that we just kind of lose track of as the year goes on. My platform runs on 3 main points. The first point is organizational realignment. We have all of these clubs and organizations here within Cranor that do so many amazing events, but we lose track of what's going on in all of them because there are so many. The second point I really want to focus on is networking. We emphasize talking to alumni, talking to different groups and organizations at the beginning of the year, and then also talking with different companies. So we lose that as we go on throughout the year. The final point I really want to hit home on is engagement. So we have the great opportunity to give back to our community and engage beyond just the classroom. So that includes engaging beyond engaging with students, engaging with alumni, engaging with faculty, and practicing some servant leadership to make it a better community that we live in. Now, I am an unusual KGSA president candidate. I'm an MSHRM student. And I want to point out some things that I've done differently during campaigning. I have not printed off any posters, flyers, things like that. And that kind of points to the whole concept of one Craner. We're trying to outcompete each other and fight with each other to have our faces shown when we should be collaborating and growing and learning from each other. And so I just threw candy at a bunch of you guys. It was kind of the splash zone over here. But it's to illustrate a point. Individually, we bring value. As our different sections, our different groups, we bring a lot of value to each other. But if we collaborate, we're not just a mini candy bar, we're the king-size candy bar. So as we go through this whole voting process, consider these things that all of the candidates are talking about. Everybody has great ideas, great points, and come join me and help me in building one Craner, both here at Purdue and in the world as a whole. Thank you all very much.
And next we will have Christine Messina.
Let's climb together. It's more than just climbing on the rock wall. It's about climbing in our career, in our community, as well as climbing in our experiences. Thank you guys all so much. My name is Christine Messina, and I'm running for KGSA president. Over the last couple of months, I've built relationships with so many people in our Craner family, and it's been such an amazing experience, and I've learned so much. One of the things that I've learned, though, is to really be relatable, personable, and open to all of these new experiences. I've also learned about how we can move Craner forward. As I mentioned just a few seconds ago, I want to focus on 3 things: career, community, as well as our experiences. In order to do this, I have a 3 different planned process. With career, we all know that finding jobs both domestically as well as internationally is incredibly difficult. However, it's unlikely to force it into saying that we're going to have a ton of international jobs being brought in. But what I can say is that I'm going to connect you with mentors from all over the country and the world. I've already started working with people across the country and the world to find mentors that we can work together with so that we can help you find domestic and international jobs, as well as provide information and support of how to get over different sponsorship issues and challenges. The second thing I want to focus on is community. In order to build our community, we really want to focus on having once-a-month socials. These once-a-month socials will encompass all of our one-year programs as well as our weekend MBAs, and we'll look at 2 different aspects: going on different bar crawls together, as well as having a global potluck with food all over the world. Who doesn't love food? Yeah. Woo! The last one I want to focus on is experience. Experiences are so key to building relationships with each other. And in order to have these experiences, we're going to go on experience treks. These experience treks can be going to Indianapolis, Michigan, Chicago, or simply exploring West Lafayette a little bit more. It'll allow us to connect with each other, build our network, and also focus on meaningful social engagement, since I know everyone is incredibly busy. Building relationships is so key to helping and growing our network and our community with each other. And as PUCC president for the last year, I've learned how to put together events and conduct everything quickly and efficiently. So let's climb together. Let's climb together in our career, in our community, as well as our experience. Thank you.
And finally, we will have Ramsey.
Hi everybody, my name's Ramsey Bradkey. For anybody who I haven't met, I'm going to jump right into this because I don't have too much time. So instead of deep diving into the platform that I have, the ideas that you guys have helped me develop, I'm just going to tell you a couple things about myself that I hope will help you guys understand my personality as a person, the strategy, the approach that I'm going to take to KGSA, how I'm going to partner with the talent that we have here. This is really not about the people who are going to be KGSA president. It's going to be how are we working with all the talent that we have in a master's program. So the first thing I want to tell you about myself that I hope gives you an idea of how I'll operate with people on a day-to-day basis is my family background. So I was adopted from a Syrian family overseas. I have 8 brothers and sisters from Albania, Bulgaria, and South Korea. Coming to Cranor and anywhere really where I go, I try to associate myself with as many different people as I can, make as many different friendships as I can. I love people, and that's what I want to bring to KGSA. I want to interact with as many people on a daily basis as possible, and I want to just really be the facilitator to bring people together who, like Michael mentioned, may not be in the same program, may not be from the same place, but have great ideas about how to solve a problem. Second thing I want to talk to you guys about is what I did before coming to Cranor. I think it'll give you guys a good understanding of what type of leadership approach I'm going to take, and more specifically, how we're going to work together as a team. So before coming to Cranor, I taught 1 year as a math teacher and the second year as an assistant principal in the same school in Oklahoma City. Both years on my performance evaluations, my 2 strengths were building relationships and strategy execution. Very similar to what Steve said, I'm much less worried about how many ideas can we generate that sound amazing, and I'm much more worried about, are these quality ideas? Are they representative of what people want to see in Cranor? And how are we going to build a team, not just a small KGSA focus group? How are we going to build a team across all programs and execute it? So again, I want to continue building friendships. I want to get to know as many people as possible. I've worked really hard to get to know 1 year programs that I just might not see on a daily basis. And I want to execute on things that you guys come up with, and I want to do it with you. If you're behind me, please help me generate some excitement in these next couple days. If you're still on the edge of, I don't really know who I want to vote, please read my LOI. I have a lot of things in there that I want people to know about me and learn about. And please stay after this. Come approach me. I'd love to talk to you about what I have to bring to the table. Thank you, guys.
So now you guys have had a chance to hear from our 4 presidential candidates. A couple quick notes. I will be resending the LOI link. You guys got that earlier in the week. And then also the voting link will be distributed this evening. So you will have until Friday at 5 p.m. to vote. So make sure you exercise that right to vote. It's really important because the president has a huge say in what happens in Cranor in the next year. Also, keep in mind next week we will have our VP elections, so please come for that as well. And thank